all say we want a tribe. But why does it feel like many women just are performing friendship instead of truly building one? Today I'm talking about sisterhood and why sisterhood fails when there's a lack of accountability. This is sort of an addendum to the last video, but in this video I wanted to speak on the sociological reasons as to why your circle may be stagnant. There's this dramaturgical theory by Erving Goffman where he speaks about the front stage and the backstage. So the front stage is a self that we present to other people, this persona, this performance, if you will. And the backstage is who we really are, you know, when we're relaxed and when we are open and just being our true selves. And that is where, when you're inside of a true sisterhood, that is the person that you want to be functioning from that backstage, not necessarily that front stage. But many of us perform, if you will, from that persona and what we want others to see. In the last video, I spoke about one of my own, boundaries, and that I don't like to be called girl. And the reason being is because just from my personal, perspective, is that I think that is, for me, I value speaking to a woman's greatness and who she is and where she's going. And for me, I know that there's power in words, and I wouldn't want to call someone a girl and perpetuate girl-like qualities. I'm not going to, refer to someone as a girl, because that, to me, that's like I'm referring to someone's immaturity and their immature state. And I don't want to feed that sort of energy, and I don't want someone to feed that or project that energy onto me. And like I said, I believe words that have power. So I want to, build other sisters up by using words that speak to maturity and adulthood. And I also want to be spoken to the same way. I don't know if any of you ever heard of these 7 principles that are honored during Kwanzaa. And one of them is Kujichagulia, which is self-determination. And a true sister, they would value and honor your self-definition. So me giving that example of not being like to call girl, that's me self-defining myself. That's Kujichagulia. And many of us have those aspects of what we determined that defines who we are. Also, I wanted to speak on the looking glass self. And that is another sociological concept. It talks about how our sense of self is shaped by how we believe other people are perceiving us. And so we use their reactions to us as our mirror for for our own self-esteem and our self-concept, and how we judge our own worth. When you have a true sister in your life, oftentimes she is that looking glass for you. She is that reflection. And if you're a sister that don't like to take accountability, it's like breaking that mirror because you don't like what's being reflected back at you. Accountability is the social glue that makes a group last. When you, like I mentioned in the previous video, like when you don't have that accountability, a lot of times you are operating from that front stage, from that fake persona. And it doesn't necessarily last, because eventually your true self is going to come out. Your true self is going to come out, and you're going to want to start expressing to the other person, like, hey, that bothers me, or this bothers me, or you're going to start learning about each other's boundaries as time go on. But if there's no accountability, you can't talk to the person, then eventually that group starts to break down. There starts to be drama. There starts to be conflict that is never resolved. And that's like the worst, because when you're getting to know someone and you develop a relationship and you get to the stage where, okay, now it's time to start getting to know one another's boundaries, and you're going deeper into that. If you're not even able to take accountability, then you can't even have conflict resolution. You can't even have conflict resolution. And if you can't have conflict resolution, eventually the relationship is going to fall apart. So with that being said, are you tired of front stage friendships? Comment backstage if you're ready for real accountability. Peace.